Mongraal and MrSavage just pulled off the impossible, qualifying for the EU FNCS Grand Finals after Mongraal quit for almost 2 whole years, and there were multiple times where they almost didn't make it. This story starts back in Chapter 4's OG season. Pretty much every OG player and creator returned to play the game one last time, and with them came Mongraal. But this time, we could tell something was different. It looked like he was genuinely enjoying playing the game again for the first time in years. And this was made even more obvious when he started putting in 10+ hour streams almost every single day. On top of this, he would eventually start playing tournaments again, going back to his OG roots. However, he didn't do well in any of them. At this point, we were now heading into Chapter 5, and nobody really knew what would happen with Mongraal. Would he continue playing this entire season, only play for a little bit then leave, or maybe not even try it out and vanish once again? But thankfully, for all of his fans, he decided to go with option 1. Now at this point, you may be wondering when MrSavage comes into play here. Well, they did play a little bit during the OG season, but they were mainly just messing around. However, in Chapter 5, the first Duo Cash Cup was coming up, and neither of them ended up having a duo for it. So in the end, they decided to run it together. And to everyone's surprise, they ended up popping off, finishing in 28th place. So when it came time for the finals, this duo was a huge question mark. Yet they still played very well, placing in 15th against some of EU's best players. Also getting Mongraal his first earnings in over 2 years. After their performance, MrSavage was impressed. Everyone could see that Mongraal had transformed from a very all-over-the-place energetic kid to someone that was more calm, level-headed, and disciplined to improve at the game. So only a little bit after playing the Cash Cup together, Savage would come to Mongraal asking this.
FNCS is in a bit over a month. You know, I'm looking for a duo. You're looking for a duo. We can make you into your prime because you're a grown man. You got discipline. I think it would be a good idea if we play duos. You're the fragger, I'm the IGL. We win the whole fucking thing. What do you think?
Yo!
What is your answer?
Obviously.
Obviously. All right. Confirmed. It's confirmed, chat. Mongraal X Savage FNCS 2024.
And just like that, Mongraal and MrSavage were going to officially duo and play FNCS this season. So obviously, everybody was going insane, getting viewers extremely excited. But this was just the start of an incredibly hard road ahead. And initially, things weren't looking all too good. After making that first Duo Cash Cup finals, they unfortunately weren't able to make another one, with their best placement being 194th. However, they still were putting in the time, running scrims, and practicing whenever possible, until finally, at the end of January, the first qualifier for FNCS began. So with everybody on the edge of their seats, it was time to see how well they'd actually do. By the way, if you're enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, because only 4% of you actually are, so double check. Starting things off in the very first game, they went absolutely crazy, dropping a 35 kill win. But after that, things would start to fall apart when they went on to get a 39th, then MrSavage would crash, resulting in Mongraal having to play by himself and only managing to get a 20th. Now they were able to bring it back a little in the following game, getting a 14 kill 11th. Then in game 5, dropping a 9 kill win. However, once again, they would have a streak of bad games, getting a 49th, 24th, and 48th. At this point, they only had 1 game left, and they were still extremely far away from qualifying. So going into game number 10, they needed to pop off and win. So with Qual on the line, they needed to go crazy.
Oh my god, I'm insane. 150. Oh my god. 150 on the weekend.
They would drop a 15 kill win, qualifying them past the opens, way closer than it should have been. Now throughout the rest of the rounds that week, they placed decently well to make it into the next round each time, but no notable crazy moments. And overall in the finals, they managed to end in 75th. So going into week 2, if they wanted to get within that top 50 players to make the upper brackets, they needed to do even better. In week 2 opens, they definitely made some improvements, making more endgames. Even though in the last game they still weren't qualified, but instead of needing to win, they only needed a couple points. And for the most part, the rest of the rounds played pretty much the same as last week, with them doing good enough to make the finals. So it was here in the finals that it would determine whether or not they made the lower or upper bracket of semifinals. And for those who don't know, the upper bracket just means that they have more chances to qualify for the grand finals. But unfortunately, even though they tried their best, in the end, Mongraal and MrSavage would place 169th, meaning they were now in the lower bracket and had to fight their way back to the top. However, there was over a week before the semifinals even started, so they needed to grind and practice every day. And well, that's exactly what they did, even getting arguably the best coach in Fortnite, BloodX, just a few days before it started. And for those who don't know who he is, BloodX has worked with Tayson, Clicks, Queasy, Vino, and many more top tier pros. So he's very qualified. Now, after having over a week to prepare, it was finally game time. They needed to place top 30 in order to make it to the upper bracket. But yet again, even though they tried their best, they only managed to get an 86th. However, it wasn't over quite yet. They still had one last chance to get top 30 again in order to make it to the upper bracket round 3, where they'd only need to get a top 25 out of the 50 duos competing in order to make the grand finals. So with their FNCS once again on the line, it was time to see if they could pull through.
Hundred, 1 HP. Dead. 100, dead. Here, dead.
No. Decent game, decent game.
We're jumping together.
That's fine, we called.
Please,
We called, baby.
Mongraal and Savage did it, finishing in 12th. This was the best position they could have been in. Like I just said, now in the last round of the upper bracket, all they had to do was just place within the top 25 and they'd make history. But the big catch here is that they only have 3 games to do it, so nobody can make a mistake. However, in the first 2 games, it would end terribly, with them getting a 32nd, then a 28th. This was not looking good, and for that reason, in the final game, it was looking like they would need to get roughly a top 5 if they wanted a chance. So after making their way through the mid game and now at late game, everybody was on the edge of their seats to see what would happen.
Are you good?
Chill, when he goes on. The truth. Yeah. I'm in a box. I'm fizzing him.
I'm in. 140. Dead. Little head. Nice. Anybody?
Nice.
Okay, I was doing this. We're still on head.
Can't get up. No, man, I couldn't get up.
No.
They would end up getting a 2-kill 6th, and nobody was sure if this was enough. They needed to check the leaderboard, but when they did, this would happen.
We have 60, that might be cool. Please. Wait, no, it says top 52%. That means we're 26th. I think we got 26th.
Oh, bro, stop the cat, bro.
We lost on tiebreaker for the 25th.
Sadly, Mongraal and Savage would get 26th place after tying with the team in 25th. But their run wasn't over quite yet. There was still one last round in the lower bracket, another set lobby with only 3 games. However, this time, instead of needing a top 25, they needed a top 15. So with the practice they just got from the upper bracket, they should be warmed up and ready to go crazy. And so far, it was looking like it. Just like that last game of uppers, they made their way into the end game and now had a chance at redemption. So with one last shot, it was now or never.
Grapple upwards on the metal.
No one hide you. Sure. 150. Dead. Get Tom. You
Forget it.
I'm grabbing up the metal here.
just take kite, bro. Dead ass. They're cranking though. They're cranking.
Nice.
Go on your height. Look behind them.
Dead. Got it.
Look at
Careful on the right. Careful on the right. Gun. Your second high right now. We need to grapple down. Hold.
Build. You can shot them, shot them.
I shot them, shot them.
Shot. They're out. You have it.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm dropping this guy. Crack one. 25 wide.
That's them, that's them. 100. No.
Yeah.
Build them out. On the left. Grapple up high. Grapple up high. Nice. Only one.
Let's go! Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! We're the best! We are the f***ing best, baby! Perfect script!
Somehow, MrSavage would pull off the solo clutch win, putting them in first place, plus also breaking his headset in the process. But even with that, nobody knew for sure if 97 points would hold. So when they ended up going down in 39th and 46th during the last two games, all they could do was wait and see if that was enough.
Is it finished?
Really?
Wait.
Are you sure?
Wait, chat.
Are you sure? Shut up, bro. Are you 100% or no?
Yes. I'm checking. Oh my god. Chat, we qualified to grads. We qualified. We qualified, boys. We qualified.
Let's go! Let's go! We actually got to Grands, G!
Mongraal and Savage did it, qualifying for the FNCS Grand Finals. And that means it would be Mongraal's first Grands appearance since winning back in Stark season over 3 years ago. Now at the time of making this video, it sadly looks like they'll be contested in the finals, so if that's the case, their odds of doing well isn't looking good. But regardless, this will go down in Fortnite history as one of the greatest competitive moments ever. By the way, I just dropped a brand new extremely fun creative map that I'm sure you'll all enjoy. And if you guys remember Spleef from Minecraft back in the day, it's very similar to that. Essentially, you and up to 12 other players will compete to shoot each other down, and you gotta try to be the last one standing. But that's not it. The more you win and the more you play the game, the more coins you'll get. And eventually, you can buy a whole bunch of different items to power yourself up. Plus, if you're an extreme baller, you can buy yourself some superpowers. So if this map sounds fun to you, either type in Tile Wars or look up the code on your screen. I'll also be playing this the entire day, so if you guys want a chance to get in the same game with me, then come join up. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 100k by the end of the year. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your days. Peace out.